Live from October. It's the Geek Show.
Live from October.
Yep.
Not even Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Nah, just October.
Well, it's October. It's a month. It's not a full month. It's a concept of a month. I have a concept of a month. Let's begin, shall we? How is everyone?
Hey, oh, whoa,
Pretty good.
everybody, not all at once, everybody.
We're running a skeleton crew today.
Very skeleton crew today because Lee George Cade is somewhere lost in the Great Northwest, up there searching for Bigfoot.
Well, you went the wrong direction. I'm south.
We got Jay in Seattle on tour.
Yep.
With Dulce Sloan.
Yes, and of course Robert is not here due to a family situation. So, and I tried to call in Derek Hunter, and he's at LA Comic-Con this weekend, so, here we are.
Derek Hunter did message me and say he hated Megalopolis. So,
Just so you know.
Yes, but has he seen Joker 2? And is he rethinking that review of Megalopolis?
guys, I cannot wait to talk to you guys about Joker 2.
Oh,
We'll
boy.
get to it.
I liked your Twitters on it. Those were interesting.
Yeah, we'll get to it coming up. Rebecca has a full review of Joker 2 on the way. Stand by for that. Rebecca Frost, everyone.
Hey, fun fact, shout out to my friend PJ. We're going to the Rose Bowl next year to see Oasis live in person.
That's where they're playing, the Rose Bowl, Pasadena.
Yeah.
Wait,
Knock on wood that
You're
they.
going, like the football game?
It's the arena.
Oh, the arena's called the Rose Bowl?
It's called the Rose Bowl, yeah.
Many things can be called a Rose Bowl.
This is
Tony.
how little I know of sports.
It's all right.
Anyway, knock on wood, they
Yes.
do not break up before
It could
the
happen.
show.
It could happen.
How far away is it? Time-wise.
September. It's September 7th of next year.
That's
So,
a long time, Rebecca.
dude, I know, and they have so many shows to play before then.
In
and
Rockstar time, that's a long time.
and
Insurance on those tickets?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. And Cage the Elephant is opening for them. If they don't break up because of brotherly animosity, maybe listening to Cage the Elephant every day for a few weeks might do it.
I love Pasadena. It's one of my favorite towns. A couple of good bars and restaurants there, and one of my favorite hotels. I can't remember the name of it, but it's gorgeous.
Cool. I'll be sure to stay there.
I'll find out and I'll let you know. It's really nice. Anyway, it's Quad T, Too Tall Tony.
Well, hello.
Hi,
Hey, Tony.
Still here doing my thing.
Tony
Whatever
needs
that
his.
is.
Eric says you need to turn your levels up. Oh,
Yep,
you got it. Okay.
I did. Yep.
All right.
And I will continue to adjust as needed.
All right. Well, then.
And
let's-
our host,
Oh,
Mr. Kerry Jackson.
hi. Monday through
Promised no fact checking.
I was exactly Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. Let's see where to begin.
At the beginning.
How about that Nosferatu trailer? You guys watch that one?
Yeah, this
I
is
didn't.
me being very excited.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Nosferatu? Tony, we've been talking about this.
Oh, Nosferatu. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that. It's not a Pokemon, no.
Nosferatu.
I choose you.
Robert Eggers, the guy who did The Witch and The Lighthouse and The Northman.
Okay. All right.
Now here's the thing. Willem Dafoe is in it, but he's not playing Count Orlok, okay?
What's his
Willem-
point then?
Willem Dafoe has played Count Orlok before.
Yeah.
He's not playing it this time. This time it's Bill Skarsgård.
Robert Eggers, he's got his friends that he likes, and let Bill Skarsgård be weird still.
Here's the official description. Robert Eggers' Nosferatu is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. Well, yeah, maybe not.
I'm
untold,
a little disappointed it's Lily Rose Depp. I just do not like her.
This is the first time I've seen her really act, or at least try, and that was just
Yeah.
in the trailer. I haven't seen anything else that she's been in. But you got Nicholas Holt in there. Mm-hmm. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Good
that?
year. Raven.
And you know,
the abs guy. All right.
Abs Guy.
Right.
Just call him Abs Guy. That's how you know.
Craven abs guy.
Guy. I'm writing that down. Abs Guy. Let's see. And that's coming just in time for Christmas.
Yes.
Which I don't get.
That's a Christmas movie. I mean, right there.
I would think that you'd be able to release that in time for Halloween.
Wait, is it next year's Christmas? Not
No,
this
no,
year's
no, no.
Christmas?
This year's Christmas.
December 25th.
Okay.
Well, I've got a lot to say about when things are released. Why wasn't Agatha All Along released on Friday the 13th of September?
Well, they've timed it up so that it ends on Halloween, so you can binge it on Halloween.
Oh,
That was the.
There's good reasoning behind that one,
guys,
I'd say.
I don't mean to start off this episode with so much like negativity, but
Here we
Agatha
go.
All Along is pissing me off.
In
Really?
a good way or a bad way?
Oh my gosh, what is happening? How could we have ever expected all of this craziness to happen on the road and we're witches? How unusual.
I'm 2 episodes behind, so I can't comment. Dang it.
Well, they're
Well, just know that's how the show is.
Oh,
they're
okay.
they're depowered and amateur witches.
Yeah, how about that?
No, got me. Okay,
Sorry.
but they've been around for centuries.
They have.
Centuries. And
But
so
they've-
why are they so surprised?
They've forgotten what it was like to be.
They enter
Well,
the
didn't they
newest
say that-
episode. The newest episode, they enter the house. Oh, it's the fire phase, and then they're shocked when fire is involved.
Now,
That's
they
all.
were all pretty scared of the road before they went on it, though. Like, they're basically saying, we don't mess with that.
Yeah, we
And
don't
now
wanna
they're
go.
on it. So, I mean,
So why are we extra surprised when weird stuff is happening on the road?
that's a valid point. Yep.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
Still,
I promise I'm not going to be this negative throughout.
they've
the whole
they've had a death. they've killed a character. So
Ooh, she died twice this week.
yeah, I know, right?
That 90s show got canceled.
Ooh.
Spoiler. So anyway, yeah, just in time for Christmas, Nosferatu. Yeah, I like Brett's Nosferatu, use blood drain attack. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. Nosferatu is not a Pokemon. You write that down too. I like that.
Pokemans, Nosferatus.
What would Nosferatu's like? Oh, because I guess they all just say their names, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
over and over again, except for that one Meowth that can talk for some reason.
Meowth can talk?
The one that's part of Team Rocket. That's all I remember. Is it can talk for some reason, and it thinks like a human. It's a human in Pokemon form for some reason.
Yeah.
All right. The next trailer that we got this week was something a little more wholesome. It's a John Williams documentary.
Nice.
It's called Music by John Williams. And it's going to be on Disney Plus and select theaters November 1st.
Wonder what it'll be about.
They describe the film as follows. From his early days as a jazz pianist to his 54 Oscar noms and 5 wins, the documentary takes an in-depth look at Williams' countless contributions to film, including many iconic franchises, as well as music for the concert stage and the impact of popular culture. And it's true. All through this trailer, you just go, I know that song. I know that song. You're the Leonardo DiCaprio meme throughout this entire trailer. You're just pointing and going, yeah. And I'm glad they did it before he died, because he's circling,
Yeah, he's
How
old.
old?
How old is John?
He's in his, I want to say 88 or something like that. 83,
92.
92.
Yeah,
See, he's circling.
up there.
I'm glad they did this before he died. Usually they make movies like this or documentaries like this after the person is dead.
Well, when you live to be 92, there's a good chance they can get it done before you die.
But there's a great part in the trailer where Spielberg says, if you want to know how much impact John has on my films, he says, watch them without the music. And then go back and watch them with the music. And you'll see he makes me make almost a different film than I had intended because he brings so much to the table. And they show parts of Jaws with no music, and then they show Jaws with the music, and you're like,
Oh, yeah, scary.
I get it now. Let's see another trailer that we got this week is the season 6 trailer for
Yes.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, yes.
This
the
trailer
final-
got me good. I was chuckling out loud quite a bit.
I've avoided it specifically because I don't want to ruin the jokes.
It's
but
got some funny stuff in
I
it.
am on board 100%. I love this show.
It's the last season. It arrives October 21st on FX and Hulu. And you meet a new roommate. Well, he's not new. Apparently, he's been there the whole time. But they forgot to wake him up.
Sounds about right.
Jerry is his name. And also, you get to see Nandor hypnotized into believing he's Richard Nixon, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Nadia and her doll continue to pass judgment on everyone, which is always good. There's so much negative energy flying around that Colin Robinson gets fat.
Awesome.
And Laszlo has decided that he's going to bring life to a dead body. And as someone says, you mean like Dr. Frankenstein? He goes, never heard of him.
I don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
Don't know who that is. Let's see. Here's the synopsis. After a very brief stint as a full-blown vampire, Guillermo is reevaluating his life. Who is he if not a familiar who will do anything to please his master in hopes of one day being turned into a vampire? Meanwhile, the vampires are reevaluating as well. When their former roommate reappears after a 50-year nap, they realize how little they have done with a half a century. Not one goal accomplished, not one dream pursued, not one part of the new world conquered, except for their street, and just part of their street, Ashley Street.
Yeah.
On Staten Island, of all places.
All they've conquered is their house and Laszlo's friend, who they keep hypnotizing.
Yeah. This is a show that when I watched the first season, I was just like, but then it really found its footing.
Oh, see, I was on board from the first or second episode. I was sold.
Yeah, see, I was one of the few that was really skeptical about it, after the first season. But then I think it found its footing, and it just took right off. And it just
There's a moment at the end of this trailer, Tony, where Nadia is talking to Matt Berry. I can't remember his character's name. And she's like, are you making another jerk-off machine? And he's like, why? When I already made one like 1,500 years ago and it works just fine. And it shows, it's like, I can't tell if it's a taxidermied raccoon or a live raccoon, but it's like cranking this huge gear machine.
Stick with the classics, if it works.
If it ain't broke.
If it ain't broke,
damn funny.
Nadia, the lady that plays her, is also a voice on Kite Man. Did you know that?
Who is she
Yes.
on Kite Man?
She's
Maleficent?
what's her name?
Millicent? Is that her
The
name?
goth
The
one.
goth girl that
That's
is
her?
adopted daughter of Darkseid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now I got to go back and listen.
Yeah, about halfway through the season, I was like, why does she sound so familiar? I look it up. Oh, because she has a unique way of talking, the lady that plays Nadia. Oh,
And it's easier to speak without those fangs in your mouth, too.
Yeah, right?
Do you think the guy who plays Nandor just had a Nixon impression he's been dying to use?
He's waited 6
And
seasons.
so they gave him an opportunity to do it.
Listen, I do this great Richard Nixon. Write it in. Would you write it in there?
Please, I'm begging.
Let's see. Real quick here, of course, geekshowgotthiscovered.com is the link to our Patreon. And that's where you can get the Space Show early. You get some of my videos from the Time Closet. Those are going up, right, Tony?
One went up on Thursday.
Oh,
and the other
okay.
one comes up next Thursday.
Oh, that's where I showcase Batman's greatest villain.
Yep. Not the Condiment King like somebody might think, having listened to you. No.
You
King
would
Tut.
think, no. We got the videos. We got the Space Show early, and the after party, which is where we continue after this show, continuing this show.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that episode of the Space Show. Dang it.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, we talked about the Scotty episode.
That's a good episode. Oh, I need my IT representation, and that's Scotty and Jordy, and just.
We can talk about it briefly on the next one for you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Or we could, in the after party, we could talk about it.
Oh, yeah, we could do that too.
Even better.
Either one. Let's see. We'll figure it out. Also, geekshow.store is where you can get our products, hats, T-shirts, hoodies, artwork.
And they ship worldwide, and you can pay with crypto, so it's all untraceable.
Really?
You can? You can play with crypto?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can.
I was like,
I'm just pointing out that Donald Trump is a fraudster who is trying to get money from foreign entities for his campaign.
you frightened me there for a minute because I'm like, how do I cash in the crypto? It's not real money. It's not.
I'll explain it to you, Carrie. Don't worry. We'll need a few hours, though.
All right. Let's see. Let's continue. You know, I'm going to go and rewatch The Running Man, Tony, because I've forgotten how
You
ridiculous it is.
You should, because it is a great and terrible movie.
It is great and terrible. Exactly way to describe it. But this is the remake of The Running Man, and the director says I'm staying closer to the book.
Oh, and by the way, that director, Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, everyone. That's going to be
great.
Well. We
The
knew
book,
Yeah.
so good, and it's so different than the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, like way different.
Well,
So,
and he wrote it as Richard Bachman, not Stephen King, right?
I think so, yeah, and
Yeah, under a pen name.
yeah, and yeah, it's because I saw the movie, you know, being the Arnold Schwarzenegger superfan I am, I watched the movie and enjoyed the crap out of it, despite what it is, or maybe because of what it is, I don't know. And then I read the book, and I was like, dang, this is so different, but also just good.
Well, we got Glenn Powell is the lead in this.
That's a good pick.
He's abs guy
Top
number
Gun
2,
Maverick.
right?
Yep.
And they've also cast Katie O'Brien in it as well.
They reuniting.
Nice.
They were in Twisters together.
Oh, they were. Okay. Now, see, this picture of her that you've got, this makes me want an Alien pick where she plays Ripley.
Oh my gosh, Carrie, I insist you watch the movie Love Lies Bleeding. That's where this photo is from. And
Now,
it's her and Kristen Stewart, lesbian bodybuilder lovers.
Okay. I thought that was the one. I haven't seen
Yes.
that one yet.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
Yeah, I want her to play Ripley just looking at this picture. She's perfect.
She was in Ant-Man 3.
She was in Quantum
She was
Mania.
one of the quantum realm
One of the quantum people.
warriors.
Oh, yes. Oh, I liked her. Oh,
Yeah,
she's good.
She's awesome. She's
Oh,
very pretty too.
I'm very excited about this then. Okay. Now I'm going to write a script where it's the continuing adventures of Ripley.
Yeah, she's great.
All right. And more for you, Tony.
Oh, it's a Tony day.
It's a Tony day.
There we go.
Well, see,
Yeah.
I had stuff for Lee. I had Over the Garden Wall stuff for Lee, but since he's not here, I set
That's
it aside.
fine because, like I told Lee last week, I started watching Over the Garden Wall, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe not for me."
Oh, Kyle says that she's also in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That is correct.
She was in that one episode where they talk about all the different people that used to be part of the Empire and are now working for the.
She was Alderanian.
Yeah,
I believe.
working for the new order. You know, here's the new boss, same as the old boss kind of episode.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. Anyway, James Hawes is the director who is going to direct the first block of episodes of Lanterns. Now,
What's this guy done before?
He's got quite a list of stuff that he has done. He is currently... The most recent stuff he did was a show called Slow Horses.
That's
I hear so much good stuff
yeah.
about that.
As do I, yeah.
Apple TV, and it's got Gary Oldman just being like a crazy old man who used to be a spy.
One of the few podcasts I listen to, Dana Gould, he loves that show. And I've been meaning to watch it because of his recommendation. But
It's like 4 seasons are out of it already. It's
yeah.
been on for a bit.
Let's see. He's a British director, numerous episodes of thrillers under his belt. He worked on Penny Dreadful. He worked on Spike TV's The Mist, the serial killer show The Alienist. He worked on Snowpiercer.
This
and
guy's got
he also
quite
worked on Black Mirror as well.
He's got bona fides.
quite the repertoire.
His feature directorial debut last year was with One Life, a true life tale of Sir Nicholas Nicky Winton that starred Anthony Hopkins as a British man who saved hundreds of children during World War II.
Oh, cool.
So this fits in good with the vibe and the take that they have on Lanterns, which is, a gritty detective show.
Yeah, detective, procedural,
Yeah.
science fiction.
So there you go. It's moving forward, Tony. You're going to get some more Green Lantern.
Oh, but we've just got Friday Night Lights, though.
Yes.
Like, I just can't take him seriously.
Now, hang on a second. Didn't he win an Emmy? Come on now.
He did. He is an Emmy-winning actor.
Why you got to focus on just that one role about the football team from high school?
No, but like, so here's the thing. He shows up in Godzilla. He shows up in a Godzilla movie.
That's
See?
right.
You like those?
But him and could not take it seriously. There's just something about him. There's something about him.
I swear there was something else that he was in that I was like, really? I can't remember what it was, though. I mean, he was in Game Night. He's done a lot of voiceover work, too. Guess what he was in?
He was in Game Night.
Guess what he was in? He was in American Dad, Rebecca.
Everybody's an American Dad, Tony.
Then you like everybody.
Well, now here's the tough one. Yeah, dynamic duo is what it's called. Now, before you think Batman and Robin is the dynamic duo, no.
No?
James Gunn announced this on his social media. This is going to be a show featuring Dick Grayson and Jason Todd.
Before or after he died?
Does not say. But here's the other.
I would assume before.
Here's the twist. It's going to be a combination of puppet animation, CGI, and traditional animation.
Have you seen the puppet animation on it? It's
I saw
crazy.
a clip and it looks like I love animation. We're taking so many cool strides and this looks
Yeah.
so cool.
Yep.
When I read that on Gunn's social media, I went, puppets? What? And then people began to release, no, this is what he means. And you get a look at it. Pretty amazing stuff.
It looks almost just like CGI, but
Yeah.
it's a puppet.
It looks a lot like what's that show? The Pokemon Resort on Netflix.
Pokemon Resort?
Lee would know what I'm talking about.
Nosferatu?
Yes.
They showed the video I saw showed it versus like side by side with a clip from the Iron Giant, because that's the kind of fluidity and movement they were going for with the facial expressions and everything. And it looked super good.
It did. Deadline broke the news, described the film as following the early days of Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, a.k.a. the Robins. But yeah, when you
Pokemon
say...
Concierge is the show I'm thinking of.
That's the show you're thinking
I had no idea that existed.
Oh my gosh, watch the trailer for it, Tony. Like, if I cared about Pokemon, I would watch this show.
Here's what James Gunn said. Over the moon excited to announce the newest DC Studios Warner Brothers Pictures animation greenlit film for theaters. Dynamic duo, the story of Robin, or should I say Robins, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, the first feature film from visionary Swaybox, a mix of animation, puppetry, and CGI. A script from the wonderfully talented Matt Aldrich, produced with our partners at Matt Reeves' 6th and Idaho. This is something special. Now, just because Matt Reeves' name is on it does not mean that it takes place in the Batman universe or the
Yeah.
Penguin.
Figured not.
He's
The
just there
man
for
contains multitudes.
yeah, he's just there for the ride. He went on to say, I've wanted to make a film with Arthur and Swaybox for many years, and for that film to be dynamic duo, an incredibly special and unique Batman and Robin story for families is a dream. And it is described as a cross between CGI animation, practical elements of stop motion, and live-action real-time performance. The result is long-form storytelling that is billed to be visually breathtaking, dynamically expressive, and more human. So, yeah, you can go online and see some of the demos for it. And it's pretty impressive stuff.
Looks very cool. I love animation.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, Hollywood has been threatening us with a Voltron movie for a long time.
How long? Decades?
Long time. Yeah. It's been kicking around and nobody's quite been able to nail it.
Why? When
But-
we've got Transformers movies.
Exactly. And I'll bet that's probably part of the problem. You know, studio execs going, "Oh, the Transformers. It's a Transformer. Why am I doing a Transformer movie?"
Michael Bay.
Yeah, apparently it's been nailed down. They've cast their lead already. There was a bidding war for the rights to a new version of the movie with Red Notice director Ross Marshall Thurber, excuse me. Amazon MGM eventually won, and casting for the film's leads have begun. The first name is this kid, Daniel Quinn Toye. He is the lead male. He has never been in a movie, but he has been on a few TV shows and was recently Tom Holland's understudy in the West End production of Romeo and Juliet.
Right on.
He also played Paris in the production. So there's casting for the female lead. It's reportedly down to 3 finalists. They're going to start filming this fall in Australia. So you're getting a Voltron movie.
Hooray.
When you had said this is what we're going to be talking about, and I found this picture, I was like, surely this is not the voice of the robot.
The robot's like,
This is the child.
Get over here.
Voltron assemble.
Super
Is that how he
sword
says?
activate.
It was a great toy, I gotta say. I always, I'm not familiar. I never watched any of the anime or
Yeah, me neither.
What's your favorite piece of the Voltron?
the green arm. I don't know.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the green arm. It's a good one.
And Eric, I'm with you. Some new cool Voltron toys would be cool
Yeah.
because that whole set is amazing. Okay, Joe and Anthony Russo.
I've heard of them.
This is okay. Just
What
strap
are
in.
we looking at here?
Strap in. Here's what you're getting. It's a new Vanity Fair article talking about their post-apocalyptic action film, The Electric State. Huh. Yeah, that's Mr. Peanut.
I thought.
I think it's a Mr.
Planters?
It's a Mr. Peanut type.
It's a Mr. Peanut type. Well, they had to get permission from Planters to do it, apparently.
Oh,
And
did
it's-
they?
And it's voiced by Woody Harrelson doing an impersonation of Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
Okay.
not?
Okay.
You know?
Got me there.
So
not?
it's based on Simon Stalenhag's 2018 picture book of the same title. The Russos have added a number of their own flourishes to expand the scale. The original story sees a young woman searching for her lost brother among the ruins of society with the help of a cute robot. The Russos' Electric State, set in 1994, after the animatronic robots of Disney World have waged war on society. I'm interested.
I mean, you're saying a lot of good things. So,
All right. In the film, our hero, Millie Bobby Brown, as an alt-grunge riot girl type, does indeed set out to search for her lost brother, Woody Norman, with the help of a cute robot voiced by, I'll get you here, Alan Tudyk.
I love his voices.
You're
Who
in.
was surprised?
But now I'm going to pull you back a bit. Though she eventually teams with a long-haul trucker played by Chris Pratt, wearing a Dead Milkman t-shirt.
A what?
That's the cute robot there, I think.
Oh my, that's big too.
And his robotic frenemy Herman, voiced by Anthony Mackie, who were able, that must be Herman, who were able to ferry them across the hostile territory inhabited by animatronic freedom fighters.
Here's the other thing. This is a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
And
Seems like a lot of work for a Netflix movie.
But here's the thing. Millie Bobby Brown, she, besides the one Godzilla movie, pretty much exclusively only does Netflix movies.
It's true.
Like, what's the deal? I'm
just-
I'm just curious to know, like,
Some kind of money.
what's all
thing,
that about? Yeah.
You know?
Among the top brass of these robot insurrectionists is Penny Pal, a cheerful male robot, M-A-I-L, voiced by Jenny Slate, who is wonderful, and Popfly, a malfunctioning baseball pitching machine who has perhaps taken one too many line drives to his central processing unit, played by Brian Cox.
God.
Their numbers are led by Harrelson's Mr. Peanut, a sentient device once created for marketing purposes who evolved into a battle-weary elder statesman.
Elder statesman.
Yeah, they had to get permission from from Planters to use the Mr. Peanut style character.
I got to imagine Planters is down for anything weird with Mr. Peanut. I mean, they killed him and then brought him back as a baby. So
Exactly.
Yep.
You've also got Giancarlo Esposito in there, Ke Huy Quan, Stanley Tucci.
This is a loaded cast. Holy cow.
I mean, it's not coming to Netflix until March, but color me very, very curious.
yeah, Chris Pratt though.
Well, I don't hate him like the rest of the internet does.
I was going to say the same thing, Karen. It's like, whatever.
You know he's voting conservative.
Well, I know, but
I know a lot of people I like that are voting conservative. It doesn't make me hate them.
Except for Shazam.
Levi. Zachary Levi. Well, yeah, that guy's douchey.
I always knew he was an anti-vaxxer,
General,
and
yeah.
then this week just sealed it for me. I went, you know what? Chris Pratt's not that bad.
Comparison can sometimes isn't always the thief of joy. Sometimes comparison can be the seed of joy.
Ah, there you go. So that's The Electric State is what it's called. Here's another little project that's being put together based on a comic book. It's called Beauty. Evan Peters,
Okay.
Ashton Kutcher, Anthony Ramos, and Jeremy Pope are starring in it. A new series from, here you go, Ryan Murphy.
Stop him.
We announce a new series from Ryan Murphy every week. I
Gotta
swear.
be stopped.
There's
he
an
needs
article.
to let other people make.
He's-
He needs to let other people make stuff.
He's
Well,
the
there's-
new Greg Berlanti.
Well, there's an article in Hollywood Reporter posted just this morning that says, "Is he doing too much? Are we letting him
Yes.
do too much?" And in the article, another director says, "Why is it that Ryan Murphy gets to make everything?"
Yes,
So it's
he needs to be stopped.
Yeah, I
And well,
agree.
I mean, what? Like
Use your words.
the stuff he makes just like makes people be like, oh, I do love those killers. Like that Menendez brothers series that came out.
Oh,
People are like, are the Menendez brothers attractive?
no, everyone is like, they got the short end of the stick, and I'm like, they killed their fucking parents.
we should
Cold-blooded
really
murderers.
give that Ted Bundy another chance.
I don't care how badly their parents treated them. Yeah. Anyway,
But did you hear that because of the series, the Menendez brothers are getting another trial?
I know. That's what I mean.
How does
It's
that work?
I
ridiculous.
don't know. It's
Doesn't make any
stupid.
sense.
And
Anyway.
Ryan Murphy is the problem.
So this is based on the Image comics, and here's the plot. Modern society is obsessed with outward beauty. Well, there's a surprise.
Okay.
What if there was a way to guarantee you could become more and more beautiful every day? What
It's
if it
called
was
the substance.
what if it was a sexually transmitted disease?
Whoa.
In the world of the beauty, physical perfection is attainable. The vast majority of the population has taken advantage of it. But detectives Foster and Vaughn will soon discover it comes with a terrible price. Of course it does.
Of course
I think it's
does.
hilarious to have Evan Peters as the star of this.
Exactly.
Conventionally attractive. Also, Ashton Kutcher, do you guys think he's still going to be a part of this when Diddy's trial starts to happen?
Was he closely
Oh.
associated with Diddy?
Uh-huh.
Oh, didn't know
That's
this.
correct.
Could be a showstopper for him. Yep.
Better start thinking about a recast.
Hide all the lube.
I will.
It was baby oil, and they say it was like some kind of drug compound.
What? Quick, put that Molly in the baby oil.
And Costco had to release a statement saying we don't sell that.
Yeah, Costco
Yeah.
was quick to be like,
'cause that
not us.
That was
not
because
us.
that was because his attorney said, he lives right by a Costco. Everything's in bulk there. He probably just got at Costco because it was in bulk. or
Kirkland's
something.
signature
Like,
does not do baby oil.
like we don't sell it. Don't try to shove that off onto my precious Costco. Jeez.
Don't you try to associate us with Diddy.
That's right.
Don't you throw Costco under the bus, damn it. All right. Although I hear they're going to start carrying sushi at Costco.
I mean,
Yeah, they do in some
They do.
Costcos, but out where the hot dogs are.
Oh, you're at the food court. Okay.
I don't want that.
Why not?
Because have you seen the way that kitchen is like that kitchen functions only for hot dogs and pizza.
That's
And soft
true.
serve.
Well,
And I
luckily you're
love
not
it.
cooking sushi, so maybe
Yeah, it's probably just come in already pre-made.
probably.
Like the salads. I'm sure the salads, the chicken Caesar salads come in pre-made. She's not convinced.
You know what? I haven't in a long time gone to a Costco and bought the chicken salad
I had it last night for dinner.
and a package of croissants and made
Oh,
sandwiches.
the regular chicken
was
salad.
a-
I had the chicken Caesar salad from the food court last night. But yeah, the chicken salad and the croissants
Chicken salad.
there.
You know what
the croissants.
what we're not talking about. Welcome to Food Talk. What we're not talking about is the chicken bake from Costco.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I've never had, which everybody swears I
Ooh,
should try.
It's good.
One thing of those is like 1,200 calories.
Yeah.
But
You don't
it's
have to- you don't have to eat the whole thing.
You don't have to eat the whole thing.
half
Just
of
eat part of
you
it.
know? They are yummy. They are yummy.
Oh God, they're good.
All right. We've started food talk, and it's not even the after
I
party.
know. It's getting started early today.
All right. Yeah, Brett's excited about the chicken bake now. Let's see. Let's get to the business of show. A couple of business stories here.
Oh. I'm
Did
not
you hear
gonna
about
like
this, Tony?
Actually, yeah, I
Well,
did read about this.
Yeah, Tony, how are you watching regular show now?
It's on
Yeah.
Hulu.
Oh,
I
Max strikes once again. Well, you better find out because it just happened. Several significant Cartoon Network shows, including Ben 10, Steven Universe, the regular show, the 2016 Powerpuff Girls revival, The Amazing World of Gumball, We Care Bears, and Chowder.
Think, I had just
Suddenly
barely
no
starting,
longer there.
I had just barely started watching Gumball a couple weeks ago too. Jerks.
Yep, it's just apparently it's not on Max anymore. No announcement, no anything. Just suddenly, poof, they're gone.
Let me see if Hulu still has regular show or if
I
they
think
pulled
Hulu
it.
still does, but
Here's the thing that ticks me off about the regular show. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot buy a box set of the whole series.
oh, you have to write like individual seasons.
They don't even have all the seasons out, I don't think. Like, all I want, Cartoon Network, I know you're listening. All I want is a freaking Blu-ray box set of the entire series of regular show. Is that so hard? They even have a Blu-ray box set version of it in the show. The show gets pretty meta at the end there, but it exists in the show. Why haven't you got it for me in real life, you jerks?
Get them. Tell them. Get them.
go get
Okay,
it.
regular show is available on Hulu still.
It is still on Hulu. Okay. All right. Well, here's some more business of show. This one really surprised me. Thank you for that.
That's awesome.
I made this.
Nice.
You made that? Put that
Yeah.
out on the internet right now because that's beautiful. This was kind of a shocking thing. Now, according to Reuters, the U.S. Trademark Office canceled several of Marvel and DC Comics' set of superhero trademarks in an order on September 26th at the request of the comic book Super Babies.
Who?
Yeah, right, exactly. The resulting trademark loss on Marvel and DC part came after Disney and Warner's representatives didn't file a response to this guy who writes Super Babies, Richhold. They didn't file a response. This makes matters all the sillier when you consider DC Comics is accused of Richhold of infringing on the superhero trademark with his series, which, as the name suggests, is about superpowered babies. They threatened legal action. DC and Marvel have yet to comment on the ruling. Richhold's attorney, Adam Adler, has his reply. The verdict was a victory for creativity and innovation for everyone, not just his client. By establishing superheroes' place in the public domain, we safeguard it as a symbol of heroism available to all storytellers.
I didn't even know that it was trademarked. I thought it was kind of a, generic term in the public domain.
No,
That's
it's
Here's the babies destroying the other trademark baby.
Jeez.
as Reuters notes, despite being rivals, DC and Marvel have jointly trademarked 4 iterations of the term superhero and variations thereupon, the oldest of which dates back to 1967. DC Comics' big dogging of Super Babies' infringement of the superhero trademark led Richhold to file a petition in May to cancel it. In the petition, Richhold argued that the pair couldn't claim ownership over an entire genre and that DC and Marvel couldn't jointly own the trademarks despite the years of precedence. So the best response to this whole kerfuffle came from the boys' Twitter account, which posted a link to the story and a picture of Homelander smirking.
Oh, glorious. That is fantastic.
So that was
I'm
my
just
favorite.
over here absolutely destroying my algorithm by Googling super babies.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Who is this for?
This comic, it's an independent
Yeah.
comic.
I know, okay. Who
People
paying
that
money for this?
like superpowered babies?
I guess it just says that it's a guy named R.J. Richhold.
According to Egg, supervillain is still trademarked.
Still trademark. Really? Okay. He must have got a better story than I did. Mine did not have that information. All right. Well, there you go. You can
Sorry,
use the...
I just need to be talking some more about super babies.
Oh, go ahead.
If you are looking for a fresh story with tons of adventure and lots of detailed images to keep your young ones entertained, then look no further than the Super Babies. This
Oh.
charming story combines elements of modern day fantasy and fiction, superhero themes, as well as the traditional folk and fairy tales. It is also set against the backdrop of winter with a hint of Christmas, so that
a
it can be
hint.
read at any time of the year, but will, of course, have greater meaning when the festive season rolls around.
Sure.
AI wrote this. This has to
That's
be.
what it
It
feels
has to
like.
be AI.
The story will introduce you to a charming bunch of babies and take you on an adventure as they acquire their powers and subsequently begin to use them to help people around the world. And to top it all off, the story involves a twist that takes the story in a different direction at the halfway point, meaning you can read it in 2 parts or as one whole story. This is absolutely AI generated.
Of course
So what
it
are you
is.
waiting for? Bring your kids on an adventure as they meet Earth's newest superheroes and the Super Babies. Importantly, our aim is to not only entertain and grow our studio further, but achieve positive change to our medium. Blah, 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 blah. But like,
Whatever.
So is it a children's comic then? It's made
Yeah.
for kids, it sounds
meet
like.
Earth's newest pint-sized heroes.
Rugrats
I have-
with superpowers.
Yeah, I have no interest in this at all.
Nope.
Oh, Carrie, how come you don't have the story about how they're doing Rugrats?
Because Rugrats is terrible.
Yeah. No, I
Listen,
did want to.
how dare you?
I did want to
dare.
talk. I did want to talk a little bit about. I don't want to. I didn't want to get into the bones of it. Just I would send you to the Hollywood Reporter to read the story about these. There was a couple of articles in the Hollywood Reporter this week that were interesting. As one is, which I thought was strange that they reported, they're starting to lean into being a gossip rag, and it bothers me.
Oh, boo.
One is Disney doing Star Wars well?
That's all opinion based.
Exactly. He tries to do an algorithm or some sort of mathematics to make it, but he still gets his own opinion in there. But then there was an article about, and it's all over. If you go to our Twitter feed, you can read the link to it, about how movie studios are afraid to make these kinds of shows
Green Lantern.
Anymore.
I know.
because they're now upset about upsetting the fans, and so they're bringing in focus groups.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And it's one of
What
the
if
worst.
we just didn't piss anybody off at all?
It's one of the worst ideas in the world, and I'll tell you why. Using just Star Wars as an example, you wouldn't have Andor. There's no way a focus group would have approved that. You wouldn't have Rogue One. I don't think you would have. And the best example of this, why this is a bad idea, is the Poochie episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It will explain it to you as to why it is a bad idea in 24 minutes. And you'll learn this is not a good idea. You'd think that maybe the executives at the movie studios would sit down and go, oh, that's what we're doing? Oh, shit, that's stupid.
That's bad. Simpsons did it.
Yeah. But anyway, go to the Hollywood
Okay.
Reporter and read that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I've gone to the Super Babies website because
Oh, are you still on this?
I'm trying to find anybody's name that's attached to this. The following images are a mix of pencil line art and colored images from the Super Babies episode 1, brought to you by the Iconic Earth Studios. Okay,
There's no name on the
No
the
name.
title
The
page?
guys, the
Oh,
artist's name is R.J. Richhold.
There you go.
RJ.
We'll scroll up to the cover. There should be names on the cover.
There wasn't. I looked.
What?
There it is. No, that's Reichhold.
Well,
That's different.
okay, hold on. Wow.
R-I-C-H-O-L-D. So rich and old.
R-I-C-H-O-L-D.
Old Rich.
RJ. An anagram for AI.
It's nothing. Yeah.
I can't find. I can't. Does this man have an Instagram?
That's just it. I think he was so small
They
that-
just didn't see it.
that Marvel just went, whatever.
Who cares about this guy?
That's not going to go anywhere. I honestly think that they thought we're too big to take down as far as this goes. He's going to lose. They'll rule in our favor. We don't need to worry about it. Although DC was muscling him, saying, stop it. Anyway.
Okay, I'm going on a deep dive.
Here we go.
Look
You need to
into
get my
it.
tinfoil hat. It's behind me. I'll get it.
Get it?
Because look at you're telling me a grown man is drawing this and writing this all by himself?
Let me see scroll down a little bit. Introducing the characters. This is terrible. Fairy girl, robot boy, dragon boy, mermaid girl, sketchy boy.
Because he draws.
Oh, okay. I thought he was from Ogden or something.
Oh, boom. Take
Space
that,
boy,
Ogden.
space boy, spinny girl.
Now, come on. Let's be honest. These names aren't any worse than the Legion.
Well,
Matter lad, you know?
matter eater lad. Yeah.
Matter eater lad, yeah.
Anyway, all
Look,
right.
Shooting this lets you know it's a shooting star.
Shooting star.
Well, okay. Yeah. There's just nothing there for me.
This is like if Precious Moments decided to make a comic book. That's what this is.
And we're gonna sell those ceramic statues in Hallmark. Yep.
They're an investment, Carrie, an investment. They'll grow in value.
That's what I kept getting told.
Here's how these babies got their powers. They made a wish on a shooting star, but so if a shooting star ever shoots past you, you should make a wish. But unlike us, babies couldn't speak, so no wishes were uttered. But
They make not a peep. It rhymes. I hate it.
we can hazard a guess. So this baby who has a concept of mermaids wished to be a mermaid. This baby who had a concept of dragons wanted to breathe fire. This baby who had a concept of being spun around real fast.
Spinny girl.
This looks terrible.
They also spelled coloring in the British way.
In the
Did you
British
see
way,
that?
so maybe
this is from the UK.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some investigative journalism.
Rage search that after.
The thing that nobody's asking for.
Because we've got to continue. Rest in peace. Raise a glass to a couple of big ones we lost this time. Ken Page, who was the voice of Oogie Boogie,
Oh yeah, yep.
died 70 years old. He was in a lot of Broadway productions and things like that. But in a 2022 interview, he said producers were looking for someone who was a Cab Calloway-esque, Fats Waller-esque type character. And he saw the character as somewhere between the voice of the demon in The Exorcist and the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz. Whenever you hear Oogie Boogie's voice, this is the guy, including all of the stuff that's happening at Disneyland right now with the Oogie Boogie Halloween bash. You'll be standing outside of California Adventure and you'll hear him call you, boo! Oh, hello, look up here, it's me, So, too bad about that. And Robert Watts, who is a London native, who helped George Lucas get through his first film in the series, in the Star Wars movies, and then worked on the next two and the first three Indiana Jones movies. He's a producer, production manager, collaborated with George Lucas on the original three and the original three Indiana Jones. Died Monday in his sleep in East Sussex, excuse me.
Get it right.
Watts also worked alongside Spielberg on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is a wonderful, underrated film.
Yep.
Also American Tail, Fievel Goes West. Watts then, let's see. He recommended that his half-brother Jeremy Bulloch portray Boba Fett in The Empire Strikes Back. Nepo baby. Boba Fett. He was also production manager on Wrath of God. He first met Gary Kurtz, who was working on American Graffiti with Lucas. That's where they all kind of teamed up. He said that he started on the film in September of '76. the first Star Wars. George was paying us all personally because Fox had not greenlit the film. They didn't do that until January, so George was paying them personally out of his American Graffiti money.
Wow.
So there you go. Anyway.
That's some faith in yourself right there.
Amen. All right. What have we consumed this week? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I consumed these from Costco.
What are they?
Daryl Lee Sour Sticks, soft and chewy candy. I found these yesterday because I love licorice. Australian licorice is really good, and this is
Australian licorice, so good.
Yeah. So, and I love those sweet tarts filled ropes. You know what I'm talking about? You ever had those?
Yeah.
So that's what these are, but they're Australian licorice.
Oh.
Oh man, they are so
And those
good.
are at Costco, you say?
Daryl Lee sour sticks. They're so good. Not sponsored. I just love them. Now, as far as things that I watch or read, Rob's not here to comment on it, but I read his recommendation of Green Lantern War Journal, Jon Stewart run.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Now, is this the depowered one?
This was right before Depowered.
Oh, before that. Okay.
Yeah, and it was cool. So highly recommend that War Journals. Also started my spooky Halloween game. I like to play a scary Halloween game or a scary game during the month of October, and I have chosen Callisto Protocol this time. It's made by the same guys that did Dead Space back in the day, so it's very, very similar to Dead Space, and it's been really good so far.
There's a spooky game on my wish list that just came out. I'm wondering if you've played it. It's called Zoocosis.
No, what's that?
Oh, you should look it up. You're a zookeeper, and it's nighttime at the zoo, and there's an alien infecting all of your animals.
Well. You should get it and play it for October.
I'm thinking about it. You know how I am with scary games.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I started playing that the other day, and then TV shows. I finally started Terminator Zero, the anime on Netflix. I'm about halfway through that one. It's very interesting because it takes place from a point of view of what's going on in Japan around Judgment Day, and there's a scientist over there who, for some reason, I haven't figured it out yet, knew that Judgment Day was coming and that Skynet was going to take over the world, and so he creates a competing AI to try and stop Skynet. It's been pretty interesting so far.
Okay.
We watched the first season of Dark Winds.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
What's that?
That's cool.
It's a Indian reservation.
Yeah, it's a 1970s kind of cop show that centers around a couple of sheriffs on a Navajo reservation down in like Arizona area.
I've got season 2 in my DVR. I haven't dug out yet.
So you watched season 1 already?
Yeah, watch season 1.
Yeah,
I liked it.
it's really cool. It's got one of my favorite actors in it, who I can't remember the name of. Zan McClarnon. Mm-hmm. When you see him, you'll recognize him. He was most recently you would recognize him from Reservation Dogs. He was the funny sheriff in Reservation Dogs who called everyone a shit ass. And yeah, he's awesome. Everything I've seen him in, he just hits it out of the park. Very much.
Then you should watch In the Kitchen with Harry Hamlin. He guest starred.
Does he really? Okay, I'll check it out. Well, I never watched. One of my friends, I recommended this to him. And he's like, "Oh, that's the guy from Longmire." I've never watched Longmire.
Oh,
Apparently
Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, apparently he's in Longmire and he's really good in it too.
Isn't that a show for dads?
Kind of, yeah, like a sheriffy modern Western thingy, I think, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
It is. It's one of those shows, but you know,
But
hey,
yeah,
you get to look at Katie Sackhoff for an hour, so I'm
Sure.
okay. Yeah.
Dark Winds, though, really cool. Highly recommend. And then last but not least, the algorithm recommended this. Netflix, good job on your algorithm. It's called Tacoma FD. And it is a fire department show.
Oh,
It's
this
a
is a
sitcom.
comedy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was sold after the first episode. We've watched 5 or 6 now, and it's really funny. It's got a couple of guys you'd recognize if you watched comedies in recent times. Kevin Heffernan from like Super Troopers and stuff like that. Was he on? Yeah, Super
See, and
Troopers.
he was the reason that I was staying away from that show.
No, he's very different than the character you usually see him play. Much
Okay.
more subdued,
All
but
right.
still has a taste of that wackiness. But yeah, this show feels like if someone were to take a show kind of like Super Troopers or Reno 911 or something like that, make it about firemen, but then really kind of put some reins on it and don't let them go super crazy, but it works. It's really funny. It made it 4 seasons, I think, and then yeah, it was canceled in 2023. But yeah, it's I mean, if you like humor like me, it's right up your alley. So
Okay.
highly
If you
recommend.
like humor,
the type
I
of
love-
the type of humor that I like, I should say. If you like funny stuff, I mean,
I love humor.
so do you like music? No, I'm the one person on earth who doesn't like music.
you like funny stuff.
All right, Rebecca. Joker
Okay.
2. Should we start there?
Well, I can't find RJ Richhold anywhere on
Doesn't
the internet.
exist.
I swear to God, this iconic Earth Studios, a lot of suspicious activity going on over there. Okay,
Okay.
Are they selling watches?
Could
no,
be.
but they're selling T-shirts. If you really love the Super Babies and you just gotta represent your love for them. So, before I talk about Joker 2, there is a movie on Netflix now. It hit yesterday called "It's What's Inside," and it is about a pre-wedding party. I believe pre-wedding party. I think it's like a bachelor party. And one of the guys who's invited brings a machine that he invented that allows body swapping. What could possibly go wrong? I saw this movie at Sundance. It rocks. It's on Netflix now. Highly recommend. It's called It's What's Inside. I started watching Chaos like everybody else.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I was going to be into it because I don't know how I feel about a Jeff Goldblum Zeus, and I still don't know how I feel about it.
How many episodes in are you?
4.
Okay, you're a good way in.
Give it.
I thought his Zeus was awesome. It was.
I think I'm really struggling because this is a British show and he's the only non-Brit in it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess,
I just but also like he's Jeff Goldblum and so I don't know, I'm on the fence about how I feel about Jeff Goldblum Zeus. But I am enjoying it quite a bit. Picking up my phone every 10 seconds to look up references
Greek
and stuff.
mythology, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my jam. Okay, Joker 2.
All right.
Fully adieu.
How bad was it?
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay. I've got some conflicting feelings going on inside, you guys. So, this is obviously a sequel to 2019's Joker, where we catch up with Arthur Fleck, who is now in Arkham Asylum, preparing for his trial for the murder of Robert De Niro, and Lady Gaga is there as Harley Quinn. As an overall theatrical presentation, visually delightful, very lacking in substance. It is a total waste of Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix. They both deserve better than what they were given to work with. There were some threads that I kind of wish they would have pulled at more, kind of like, the prison system and police brutality towards prisoners, the danger of true crime girlies, and even potentially manipulative women. I wish they would have delved a little bit deeper into those themes, but they didn't. The movie really sacrifices like any kind of meaningful story for like pretty set pieces and wasted performances. But I have been talking myself into liking this movie.
Why?
Okay.
I mean, how?
I think, and I'm just going to preface this. I can't tell you why without spoiling the movie. Right? Like, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. But I think this movie, when paired with the second one, or when paired with the first one, actually tells a really compelling story about a guy. And I read a take today that actually sums up my thoughts perfectly. And I cannot share it with you unless you want the whole movie spoiled. But I was reading that Todd Phillips made this movie as a response to everyone who took the first one as kind of like hero worship. And this movie kind of burns all their desires and ideology to the ground, which I kind of like. It kind of works. There are also a lot of moments in the trailers that aren't in the movie. So when I was watching the movie, I kind of had a sneaking suspicion that there was some studio interference. And so I don't know if there was studio interference or if this isn't Todd Phillips's final vision for the movie.
We're gonna get a Snyder cut.
Like, I kind of, I hate to say it, I kind of hope so. Hope so. My initial complaint coming out of this movie, and I've kind of backed off on it, was it wasn't incel-y enough. but the concept of the movie, I don't know. It makes sense. It makes sense. The movie not being incel enough and really disappointing a lot of people makes sense in the grand scheme of things.
Do you think Todd Phillips is that, like, has that much forethought that he's like, I'm going to make this and I'm going to make it suck because I want it
because you guys,
I want to show these people.
Because you guys are worshiping this guy when you shouldn't be.
Well, but see, and that's Todd Phillips' fault for not telling us that. He never came out and said that it's like Taxi Driver. You don't worship Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
But also maybe he's of the opinion that, like, I thought people were smarter, and as I learn every day,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
But when it started to roll out and he was seeing the incels foaming at the mouth about this movie, he should have went, hang on, you guys. Hang on.
Well, he did, and he made Joker 2.
And there you go. Because that's the thing that people forget about the first one, is that he is not a hero.
Not even close.
I give this movie 2 stars. But it's one of those, like Megalopolis, I kind of insist you see it.
Well, then that's my question, is after seeing this, are you thinking higher of Megalopolis now?
No. Both Joker 2 and Megalopolis are movies that should have been made by Baz Luhrmann.
Let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Now that you've seen Joker 2 and Megalopolis, are you rethinking Madam Web?
So here's something so funny.
Maybe.
Joker 2 has the lowest rated cinema score for a comic book movie ever. Hilarious in the year 2024 when Madam Web has come out. Like, don't forget, Madam Web came out in February, and this has felt like the longest year of all time.
Seriously.
So for Joker 2 to have the lowest cinema score rating is phenomenal. Also, thank God Lady Gaga released her album Harlequin before this movie came out, because she said in interviews before this movie that she kind of had to unlearn how to sing. And in the movie, she still has a gorgeous voice. Like, I think Lady Gaga's perfect and can do no wrong. But if you listen to the Joker 2 soundtrack and then listen to Harlequin, her companion album that was released, it was like she was saying, don't get it confused. I have a fantastic voice.
Yeah. I'm purposely not singing well. And that was...
Joaquin Phoenix does a ton of singing in this movie too. And makes me want to watch Walk the Line again. Like, I'm also a super simp for Joaquin Phoenix, as we all know. So I thought he was fantastic. But... there's a lot I want to say, but I can't say it unless you've seen the movie.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, 2 stars then.
2 stars.
All right. Let's see. If you're not watching English Teacher, you're missing the funniest show on television
Oh
right
my
now.
God, so good.
Way funny.
Another show that I've started, and I didn't think that I would like, and I'm still on the fence because I'm worried that there's going to be some sort of arc to this toward the end of the episodes, is No One Wants This, or Nobody Wants This. I can't remember the name of the show.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's on Netflix.
Twitter is trying to get me to watch this show so bad. And if it was a movie, I think I would watch it. But because it's a TV show, I don't want to watch it.
You need a TV show. You need a TV show, and here's why. It's like that show Love. You remember Love? Mm-hmm. It's like that. It also loves Los Angeles, this show. And that's another reason that I love it so much, is because it's one of my favorite cities. But it's Kristen Bell, and she is a podcast host of a sex podcast. It's her and her sister. And, they've her sister's never bothered trying to have a relationship. She's just, out getting laid, where Kristen Bell has tried to have relationships and fails miserably because she's selfish or,
Isn't dating just...
Yeah. Well, she, at a party, meets a guy who she's attracted to. Turns out he's a rabbi. And there's the joke.
And it's Adam Brody.
There's the
Adam
premise.
Brody, and he's us millennial girlies who loved him on the OC. Now
say,
get to
this is
love
the-
him as
This is the OC boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nerdy one.
So that's the joke, is a sex podcaster and a rabbi walk into a bar.
Aha.
But it's showing he's fresh off of a relationship where he was nearly engaged. And, she's fresh off of another series of bad relationships. He's a cool rabbi, but he's also at times got to be proper.
Right.
Then there's also the whole Jewish mentality of the family allowing this blonde shikska into their midst, and so there's a lot of cultural stuff back and forth. But it's charming and funny right now. I hope.
tell me that.
Here's the thing: is that she's an agnostic, and I hope they don't go for a redemption arc with her. I hope that they keep it like Love, where they both remained horrible people.
It's sitting at an 8.2 right now on IMDb, which is pretty high for IMDb.
Yeah, I know. It's really charming. I'm worried about a redemption arc coming. I'm worried that she's gonna, get religion or something.
So are all the episodes out?
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, they just dumped
Yeah,
them all.
they just dropped the ball.
I'm more interested now that I see that Timothy Simons is in this, because he's that tall guy that's in a lot of stuff, and he's always just a dirtbag and
He's from Veep.
hilarious. Yep, he's the dirtbag, one of the dirtbags.
And he plays a dirtbag in this, a
Perfect,
horrible
I'm in.
person. And he's the rabbi's brother. He's married to a horrible woman.
Oh,
and,
Jonah.
yeah, Jonah.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's what I'm watching right now. I'll probably go in and finish the rest of it this afternoon. But it's No One Wants This or Nobody Wants This. I can't remember.
Nobody wants this.
Nobody Wants This.
Yeah, Twitter keeps trying to get me to watch it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
I just started up. It's been sitting there waiting for me to start it up. Interview with the Vampire Season 2.
Ooh,
I got 3 episodes in, and now I just did episode 4. And they should submit this episode, I think it's episode 4, to the Emmys for all the acting, because this is the part of the story where we discover how Louis meets the journalist who is doing the interview with the vampire, how they met, what really happened, because neither of them remember exactly how they met and what really happened when they met. And it's just, the whole show takes place in like just rooms. There's no adventure or special effects.
I was gonna say that's most shows.
It's just acting and talking. There's no, except for one part where Louis runs up to the roof and tries to kill himself standing in the sun. That's the only special effect part of the show. The rest of it is just, it could be done on a stage. But submit this one for all of the acting awards and writing awards. So well done. Just amazing. So
That's how I feel. I haven't even gotten further into season 1, but that's how I feel about just the first episode out the get-go. Like, this is incredible.
it's so underrated, and it's elevating the source material. It's, the source material I toyed with a little. This show's making it much better.
Nice.
Making it good. And so if you're not watching the Interview with the Vampire TV show, fix your life. And of course, it's my yearly rerun of Daredevil, all 3 seasons. I'm back to that.
Yearly? Are you sure it's not quarterly?
It's yearly. Once a year, I work my way through all 3 seasons of Daredevil. And
Is that just like an October thing, or?
No, I just, every once in a while, I just get a hankering,
Okay, cool. I'll get that.
I just love Daredevil. Can't help it.
It's
Anyway,
like me and smoked meats.
yeah.
I got a hankering.
Just got
Just-
hankering.
Just this wonderful scene where, Elektra, who is so bad for Matt, and he knows it, where she shows, I am bad for you, where they break into this person's house, and it turns out that it's the person who killed Matt's father. And she has him tied up in this house and says, "Go ahead, Matt, kill him. Go ahead. I did this for you. You know,
You're welcome.
you're welcome. Why aren't you thanking me? Why, you know,
Man.
why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? I don't understand. I did this for you.
I did you a favor.
You know, it's just such a great moment in the show. Anyway, all right, that's good. Any games before we head to the after party?
Yeah, let me scroll down here and see what we have for us in the month of October. I'm gonna scroll down pretty far. October is at the end of the year, apparently.
Weebies.
We have so this just came out. I can't remember if I mentioned it last week, but I'm going to mention it again. Silent Hill 2, the remake is out on PC and PS5, and I saw some reviews for it. Came out on the 8th of October. It's looking really good. If you want a spooky game, a new one, there you go. There's a good October playthrough for you. It's a full remake from the ground up of Silent Hill 2, which came out on the PlayStation 2 years and years ago. So there is that. We have... that comes out on the 8th. Okay, so yeah. Today's only the 5th. Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred DLC, coming out also on the 8th of October. If you got a hankering for that Diablo 4 action, that's for you. On the 10th, we have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I don't know how they come up with these names, but it's a Dragon Ball Z game. So if you like your Dragon Ball Zs, then that's up your alley. And then this one a lot of people are looking forward to that are into the JRPGs. Metaphor Refantasio comes out on all the systems besides Switch. And that one looked promising. If you're into your JRPGs, there's a Transformers game coming out this week. Transformers Galactic Trials. It might be good. It's I mean, it's always a dice roll with stuff that's made off existing property.
Yeah.
So
I'll wait for Eric's review on that.
yeah,
one.
wait for Let Egg tell us if it's any good.
Egg will tell us.
And then there's a new Starship Troopers game actually this week as well. Speaking of IP that gets turned into other things, Starship Troopers Extermination.
Now, when I first saw Starship Troopers, the movie, I hated it.
Really?
Because I thought it was a jingoistic commercial for
That's the whole point of it.
for fascism.
Yeah.
But then somebody said,
got.
somebody said, watch it again and know that the bugs are the good guys.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, why didn't somebody explain that to me?
Yeah, the whole point is look at how dumb, how terrible humans have become with their nationalism and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head over to the after party and see what happens there.
I guess I
join
got to
us.
figure out what foods we're going to talk about.
GeekShowGotThisCovered.com if you
Licorice.
care to join us right now. Egg says none of the Transformer news sites have mentioned that game. He doesn't even know what it is.
Oh,
Eric,
well.
have you seen the Transformers movie?
Of course he has. It's a new one, right?
Oh, it's a race car game.
It's a race car
Galactic
game?
Trials leans into Autobots are also cars by letting you leans into the Autobots are cars by letting you race them. You race the Transformer cars.
So you can be Jazz. Oh,
He has not seen it yet.
oh, well, get out there and review it for us next week.
Double
would ya?
feature the Transformers movie and Wild Robot.
All right. Yes.
There you go.
I hear that they're the two best animated films out there
Of the year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Inside Out too. Let's not forget that.
That came out this year? How long
yeah.
is this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make $1 billion movie and it not be good.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's fine. I just don't think it's best movie of the year.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head over to
Children, calm down.
to geekshowgotthiscovered.com. It's the after party. We'll see you over there.
Okay,
live long
bye-bye.
and, live long and prosper, bitches.